Hello, CSEC students. Sorry, I mean PEP students. Welcome to another live PEP class. And today being Friday afternoon, we're going to be doing our PEP curriculum-based tests. All right, so remember we have live PEP classes and we have live CSEC classes. So what I'm going to do right now, as usual, is to play the schedule of classes for you so you'll know when to tune in for the live PEP classes and the live CSEC classes. So here is the schedule. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. All right. So if you're just joining, good evening, welcome. To those in the chat, welcome from wherever in the universe you are joining us. Those on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram or wherever else. I want to welcome those in the chat. Latoya, Anusha, welcome. Have you ended the birthday celebrations as yet, or they're still ongoing, Anusha? Okay. All right. So I'm going to invite my scholars to join me on the screen, and we have Haley, Madison, Amari, John, Jaden, all right, so I'm going to share the screen. We have some other scholars waiting backstage, so later we'll do the switch as usual. But for those backstage, remember you can still type your answers in the studio chat. All right, so I'm going to share the screen now, and we're going to go into our curriculum-based tests.
Miss, what does the MOEY mean?
Ministry of Education, Youth and Information.
Okay, Miss.
All right, John, read the first one for me.
Yes, Miss. Number 1, which expression represents 6 cubed. Number 6, which expression represents 6 cubed? Miss, I would say the 6 times 6 times 6. Miss, 6 cubed is 6 times itself 3 times.
All right, hang on a bit. Hang on 1 second. You are correct, but hang on a bit. All right, so John is saying, oh, that's the second one. Hold on. So John is saying 6 cubed means 6 times 6 times 6. So the number here at the top, the index or the power or the exponent, this tells us not that we must multiply 6 by 3, but we must multiply 6 by itself 3 times. All right, so that's correct, John. Madison, number 2, please.
Number 2, calculate the value of 2,915 plus 106 plus 86. Number 2, calculate the value of 2,915 plus 106 plus 86.
So work it out and tell me your answer. In the meantime, I'm gonna set it out. So make sure to line up my digits under the correct one.
Yes, Miss. The answer is C, 3,107.
3,107. What you get, Madison? You get your answer yet?
Yes, Miss. 3,107.
All right, so 6 plus 6, 12, and 5, 17. 1 plus 1, 2, and 8, 10. 9 and 1, 10 and 1, 11, and 3. All right, that's correct. So that's C again. All right, Amari, number 3, please.
Okay. Number 3. Miss, I can't really see it.
What fraction is equivalent to a quarter?
Okay, Miss. Number 3. What fraction is equivalent to 1/4? Miss, the answer would be Miss B, 4/16.
What do they mean by equivalent to?
It's like the same value, Miss.
Okay, so the same value. So we want a fraction that we can reduce to a quarter. So Amari is saying 4/16. What would we reduce 4/16 by to get a quarter?
By 4.
So we can divide the numerator and denominator by 4. 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 16, 4. So that gives us a quarter. So that's correct. Haley, number 4, please.
It's that.
Haley. All right, Jaden, you want to read number 4 while Haley sorts herself out?
Sure, Miss. Number. I'm fine, Miss. That is kind of lagging, but it's gonna show up. Number 4. What is the highest common factor, HCF, of 24 and 42? Miss, is it?
Please again, Jaden.
Oh, okay, Miss. What is the highest common factor HCF of 24 and 42?
Miss
Miss
Six.
Miss, it's 12. A.
What do we mean by the highest common factor?
The largest number that can divide 24 and 42 without leaving a remainder.
Can 12 go into 42 without leaving a remainder? So you said 12, Jaden. I'm asking if 12 can divide into 42 without leaving a remainder.
Miss, no.
All right, so which one is the highest common factor then?
Right. Miss 6.
All right, that is correct. So 6 can go into 24 and 6 can go into 42. And it's the highest number, at least given here, that can go into them. Madison, number 5.
Number 5. Express 1/100th as a decimal. Number 5. Express 1/100th as a decimal. Miss C 0.01.
All right, so what do we do? How do we change 1/100th to a decimal?
Miss, I don't know. I just know that there's 2 decimal places when there's 100.
All right, so we're dividing by 100. You can use the number of zeros, as you say, to help you. When we're dividing by 100, we move 2 places back to the left. And if we're dealing with a whole number in the numerator, we move from the end of the number. So we can imagine a decimal point at the end of the number. Because remember, we can write 1 as 1.0. We could. So from here, we move 2 places back. 1, 2. So the point would now be here. So we'd have to fill in a 0 here. And usually we put a 0 if to hold the place if we don't have anything in the ones place. So that is correct. 0.01. John, number 6.
Okay, Miss. Number 6. What are the prime factors of 120? Number 6. What are the prime factors of 120? Miss, I'd say the prime factors are B. 2, 3, and 5, Miss.
What do we mean by prime factors? John,
Miss, I'm still here.
what do we mean by prime factors?
Miss, the prime factor is the prime numbers that can be multiplied to give the original number, Miss.
All right. And what are prime numbers?
Miss, prime numbers are numbers that only have one factor. Miss, prime fact. Oh wait, sorry. Miss, prime numbers are numbers that that only have 2 factors, Miss, itself and 1.
All right. So even though there are other factors of 120, we want only those factors that are prime. So you are correct. Is 2, 3, and 5. That is B. 4 can go into 120, but 4 is not prime. And 8 can go into 120, but 8 is not prime. So we couldn't use those. Amari, number 7.
Miss, I can't say that one.
Okay, so in which In which Venn diagram does the shaded region represent the intersection of sets X and Y only? I think we're going to skip this question because you can't see the shaded region properly. All right, so Amari, read question 8, please.
Miss, can you please read it first, then I'll read it again.
Can't you see this one?
No, miss. It's what is the difference between 30 and 14.25? Miss, something was black on it. What is the difference between 30 and 14.25? What is the difference between 30 and 14.25?
All right, so what do we need to do here?
Oh, Miss, can I do it? Wait.
Let me give Amari a chance. Let me hear what he would do.
So, Miss, you write 30. Miss, can you please write
Okay.
30
30 points.
Yes, Miss. 0, 0. And then, Miss, you're going to write Miss. And then 14.25, Miss.
Okay.
So, Miss, Miss, you're going to have to go over to the. Miss, you're going to have to go over to the 3, Miss. Take 1 from it, Miss. We'll leave 2. And then, Miss, you're going to have to carry the 1. Yes, Miss. And then you're going to cross the 10 off, and you're going to put 9. You're going to cross. Miss, you're going to put the 10 and then you're going to cross it off and get 9. And finally, you bring the 1 over to the 1 term. Miss, that would be 10, and then Miss, you would get 5.
So and 5.
Yes, Miss. And then Miss 9, Miss, that would Miss under there you would get 7, Miss. Miss, you took the point. Then Miss 9 minus 4, Miss, that's 5. And Miss 2 minus 1, Miss, that's 1. So Miss, the final answer would be 15.75.
What letter is that?
Oh, sorry, Miss, D. 15.75.
All right. Okay, Haley, number 9.
Which digit is in the thousandth place in the number 1456.387? Which digit is in the thousandth place in the number 1456.387?
So which digit is in the 1000th place?
B7.
All right, so you're saying this one here, 7. All right, that is correct. So we have, from the decimal point, 1, 10, 100, 1000, and to the right, 10th, 100th, 1000th. All right, Jaden, number 10.
Okay, Miss. Number 10. I'm kind of advice. Okay. Number 10. How much of the following results in a whole number? Which of the following will result into a? Which of the following will result in a whole number when divided by 4? Which of the following will result in a whole number when divided by 4? A.
You're saying A. Did you actually work it out? Did you actually work it out? You divided divide 134 by 4 and see if it can go exactly.
Well, I'll redo it.
Next, that would be 33.5. How much? 134 divided by 4 is 33.5.
234 divided by 4 now.
Miss, I say 344.
Huh?
All right, let's try them and see. Let's try them and see. So if we have 134, 4 into 13 goes 3 times remainder 1. 4 into 14 goes 3 times remainder 2. So there's going to be a remainder for A. For the 234, 4 into 23 goes 5 times remainder 3. 4 into 34 goes 8 times remainder 2. So again, there's a remainder for the 344. 4 into 34 goes 8 times remainder 2. And 4 into 24 goes 6 times. So this is the one. There's no remainder when we divide that one.
Miss, may I answer this question?
Miss, are you saying something?
I can't hear you.
She's muted because I think she's texting.
You're muted.
She's telling us to wait.
Sorry about that, scholars. I was taking an important message. All right, so who said they wanted to read this? Jaden?
No, Miss, where's Madison?
Madison? Go ahead, Madison.
Which is not a prime number? A, 31, B, 29, C, 23, or D, 21? Which is not a prime number? A, 31, B, 29, C, 23, or D, 21? Miss, I say D, 21 because it can be divided by 7.
All right, so what do we call
And
21?
30.
What do we call numbers like 21 that can be divided by other numbers?
Composite.
Composite, correct. So are all the other 3 prime, by the way?
Yes, miss.
All right, so 31, 29, and 23, each of them only has two factors themselves and one. Okay, Haley, number 12.
What is 128 written in exponential form? A. 2 to the power of
Hold on. When I ask you to read
5,
scholars,
2
I
to the
want you to
power
call the number. Listen, please. Call the number and read the question twice, please. All right, go ahead, Haley. Go ahead. All right. Haley's having some difficulty with her equipment. I'm going to invite another scholar from backstage while Haley sorts out her equipment. All right, so we have Shalicia waiting. We also have some other scholars backstage. So after a while, we're going to switch places. All right, welcome, Shalicia. John, you want to take this question?
Okay, miss. What is 128 written in exponential form?
Exponential.
Exponential form. Wait, miss, is that number 10?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
No,
number
number
10.
12. Number 12.
Okay, miss. Number 12. What is 110 in exponential form? Miss, I would say B20. Wait, miss, B 2 to the 7th power. Miss, how I got that, miss? Well, miss, 2 to the 5th power, miss, that gives you 32. And miss, and 2 to the 6th power, that gives 64, miss. And 2 to the 7th power, that gives.
So 2 to the 7th power would be you're multiplying 2 by itself 7 times, right?
Yes, yes.
So that would be 2 2s 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. Times 2 is 64. Times 2 is 128. So that's correct. Jaden, number 13.
Okay, miss. Okay, miss. Miss is still okay, miss.
We can't hear you.
Miss, can you hear me?
Yes, Jaden.
Okay, miss. No. This part of the sentence is blocked by the Restream logo. Can you read it? Because I'm doing this on a different device than normally.
Calculate the value of.
Okay, miss. Calculate the value of 0.04 times 0.22.
So work it out and tell me what to do. Work it out here on the screen. Tell me what to do. So we're multiplying. Go ahead, Jaden. Look at the screen. Tell me what to do.
This for now, first one, you would multiply 2 times 4, and you would get 8. Then you multiply 2 times 0, which will give you 0. Miss, would you multiply 2 times the second 0, or that's it?
You don't have to.
Okay, miss. And after that, you write a second 0 under the 8. Then 2 times 4 again would give you 8. And then 2. And then you add the zeros for each one. And then you would add those. So 8 plus 0 equals 8. 0 plus 8 plus 0 again equals 8. And the answer would be D, 0.88.
But we're multiplying by decimals, so we are to count the decimal places for the final answer. So there are 2 decimal places at the top, 2 decimal places at the bottom. So the answer should have 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. So even though we just have 3 digits down here, we have to fill in zeros to make it 4 decimal places. So it's not D. It would be 1, 2, 3. We have to fill in a 0 there. And normally we put a 0 to hold the ones place. So that would be B. So when you're multiplying decimals, it's very important for the final answer to count all the decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
All right. So Shalicia, are you able to read number 14? I'm not sure why
Walk by the restream. Most of it
I'm
is
not
walk by
sure
the
why
restream.
that is happening. Hold on, let me check something. Hold on. Not sure why that is happening. Let me drop them down. I'm going to drop them a bit. So we left off at. Hopefully this helps. So we have 40 questions. I'm not sure we'll be able to go through all 40 today. But if not, we have next week to do it all again. So I'm just taking some time to drop these so we can have access to them. I'm not sure why that is happening though. It doesn't usually happen.
Yes, since it does a restream covers some of the questions.
Usually?
Yes, miss.
But you guys are always reading them, so how that?
Miss, I don't know. Like questions like the multiple choice ones. Sometimes when I'm reading them, I just guess what it says.
Oh, the multiple choice ones.
Yes,
Okay,
miss.
so the ones that I type. Okay. This
Miss,
is the last. This is the last one.
Miss, Miss,
I
Miss,
hope
I know why.
I hope your heads won't block the way now.
No,
Miss,
miss, I don't think so.
I hope your heads won't block the way if I drop them too low.
Miss, I know why. Why the
Why
restream
is that?
logo is blocking it, Miss? Well, Miss, because
Why?
you went into slideshow, and the
Oh,
restream.
so it's just because it's a slideshow.
Yes, Miss.
So let me look. Hold on. Let me look what it looks like now. Okay, so normally, okay, so in slideshow, this is going all the way up here. Oh, okay. All right, there's a reason why I have to be using the slideshow because I can't get the ink to work on PowerPoint on this new laptop, so I have to figure that out. So in the meantime, I'll just have to see how that goes. All right, so let me go back to, I have to go back to slideshow. If I don't do it in slideshow, then what's gonna happen is I can't do the working out on the screen because I can't access the ink. on the regular screen. So which one you prefer? You prefer to see this screen, or you prefer for me to work it out on the slideshow?
Well, miss, the slideshow is bigger, so miss, we can try the slideshow.
The slideshow is bigger?
Yes, miss.
I
It
don't
makes the
think it's...
screen bigger. Miss, it makes the screen bigger.
It makes the screen bigger in slideshow?
Yes, miss.
It looks smaller to me.
Miss, you
All
can't.
right. So you're seeing it good now, right?
Miss, can you please just bring it down a little, miss? That the
Hold
number 4.
on. Hold on. I know what I have to do. Wait. I have to go back again. Bring down what? Which number we left off at?
Miss, slide 50, miss. Miss, it wasn't that one. That one. Yes, miss.
This one?
That one. Yes, miss.
Okay, so that was the last one. All right, and Jaden did that one. So you're seeing it very well now, right?
Well,
And no heads blocking. Let me go check. Okay, no heads blocking.
Miss, what part of it that's, for me at least, there's still the Restream logo blocking it.
Oh my. Oh dear. Somebody has to tell me how to enable my ink on PowerPoint on this laptop, because I can't seem to find out how to do it. On my other laptop, it was working fine.
Miss, what is ink? Because I
The ink
have
is
never
what
used
the
PowerPoint.
ink is what allows me to write, to select the pens to write on the screen in regular PowerPoint, not in the slideshow. But for some reason it's not enabled. So I'm gonna have to find out how to do that. All right, so let's continue. So what I'm gonna do then, I'm just gonna read the questions, okay? And then you guys work it and tell me your answers straight. Just tell me the answer or type the answer, whichever one. Okay, so let's go. So we're at number 13. So number 14, what is 309465 expressed in words? So write down those. 309465. They want it in words. So who wants to read it? Who wants to tell me that figure?
Miss.
A. Miss, can I say it?
Go ahead, Jaden.
Miss, is it A, 309,465?
That is correct. 309,465. Number 15, which will give the same result as 4 1/5. So you guys have to jot these down and work them out. 4 1/5 divided by 1 1/2. So 4 1/5 divided by 1 1/2. So work that out. Any answers yet? Remember the rules when you're dividing fractions, what you're supposed to do.
Oh, miss. I think I have an answer, miss. Well, miss, my answer would be. Miss, my answer would be D. 5/21 times 3/2.
All right, so the first fraction, we don't invert the first fraction. 5 4 is 20 plus 1, 21/5. we change the division to multiplication and we invert the second fraction. 2 ones 2 and 1 3 over 2, and it's going to become 2 over 3. So that would be not D, John, it would be C.
Okay, Miss, I never wanted to. Well, Miss, I did put 21 over 5, Miss, but then I changed it.
All right, so remember we write the first fraction as is, and then we invert the second fraction. All right, so so the question on the screen right now, which list of numbers is ordered from least to greatest? Which list of numbers is ordered from least to greatest? All right, so Haley's saying A almost immediately. She's saying A. Madison says A. So from least to greatest, they all have 1 in the ones place. Shalicia is agreeing, so it seems to be unanimous. Anyone disagrees? That is A. They all have 1s in the 1 place. So we go to the 10th place to compare. And then 2 of them have 0s, and 1 have a 2, 1 have a 5. So the 2 that have 0s, we compare the 100th place. So the one that has a 2 in the 100th place would be smallest. Then the one with the 5, and then the other 2 will look back at the 10th place where there's a 2 and a 5. So put those in order. So A is correct. Number 17, complete the following number sentence. 25 times 476 is equal to 25 times 400 plus 25 times 70 plus 20 plus what? Complete the number 17, complete the following number sentence. 25 times 476 is equal to 25 times 400 plus 25 times 70 plus 25 times what? So we're breaking it up into its component parts. We're breaking up the 476. So we have 25 times 400, 25 times 70. So what's left here would be what? Any answers yet? Remember, those persons in the chat, when you're posting your answer, please write the number that you're answering, because sometimes the chat kind of lags behind, and we want to make sure it's the correct number we're matching your answers with. All right, so what's missing here, guys, is the 6. So we split up the 476 into 400, 70, and 6. So it's 25 times each of those. Number 18, the marks on the number line below are the same distance apart. What value does X represent on the number line? Number 18, the marks on the number line below are the same distance apart. What value does X represent on the number line?
Miss, I was going to say 21. 321, Miss, I was going to say that.
And you have changed your mind?
Yes, Miss. Miss B, 24.
What makes it 24?
Miss, well, Miss, Miss, it's going up by 3, Miss. And right there, Miss, you see, Miss, you subtract the 30 from 3, Miss, and then you get 27 for the one before 30, Miss, and 27 from 3, Miss. That would give you 24, which would give you
Okay.
X.
All right. I follow your logic. So starting here, we're going up by 3. Are we? Starting where we're going up by 3?
Miss, Miss at the starting of number line.
Here?
Yes, Miss.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. So this is 24. Number 19, what is the product of 0.4 times 8 rounded to the nearest whole number? Number 19, what is the product of 0.4 times 8 rounded to the nearest whole number?
Miss 3. C 3. Miss, because 0.4 times 8, Miss, that would give you 3.2, Miss, and you run it to the nearest whole number, Miss. So you'd run up. Well, Miss, since it's a 2, Miss, you wouldn't add
So 8
anything, Miss,
4
to
is
this.
32,
Yes.
and it's 1 decimal place.
Yes.
So you're saying because this is a 2, we would not add anything to the
Yes.
3. So
Yes.
it's 3. And number 20, how many squares must be shaded to represent 2/3 of the diagram shown below? All squares are the same size. Number 20, how many squares must be shaded to represent 2/3 of the diagram shown below? All squares are the same size. How many squares must be shaded?
C4.
Madison says 4. If we shade 4,
No, Miss. Sorry, 8.
you're saying 8 should be shaded. So it will be 8 over 12, right? 8 out of the 12,
Yes.
and that cancels to
It's
2/3.
2/3.
Right, that is correct. All right. John, I'm going to allow John and Amari, I'm going to allow Haley to come back and see if her mic is working, right? So you guys can hang out backstage a bit, okay?
Yes, Miss.
All right. So I hope Haley's mic is working again. Welcome back,
Here.
Haley. Mic working now?
Here.
Okay, so number 21 says, which number is represented by the circles on the chart below? Number 21, which number is represented by the circles on the chart below? So in the 1,000th place, we have 2 circles. 100th place, we have 6 circles. In the 10th place, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 circles. In the ones place, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles. Which number are we looking at here?
Us D 2016.7.
So you're saying D. Does everyone agree that it's D?
Yes, Miss.
So we have 2 in the 1,000th place, 6 in the 100th place, but we have 12 tens. So we can't put 12 here. No, we have to put 2 tens leave over and then 100. And then that is 5 0.17. So we have to add this in here. It have to be 7. So it's 2725.17, this one. So this is the catch right in here, right? It's not six tens. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 tens. So we have to carry 10 of the tens into the as 100 and then add it up there. Okay? All right. So how you guys got D though? I don't understand. How you got D?
I added 12 plus the 5 ones.
What is 12 tens? It's not 12 ones in there, it's 12 tens. So that we take out 100 out of that, leave back 2 tens. All right, number 22. A teacher awarded stickers to students. The stickers were taken from sheets having 12 stickers each, as shown below. The teacher used 3 and 5 12 sheets of stickers. How many stickers did the teacher award? All right, so that's a mouthful. Number 22, a teacher awarded stickers to students. The stickers were taken from sheets having 12 stickers each, as shown below. The teacher used 3 and 5 12 sheets of stickers. How many stickers did the teacher award?
C, 41.
How you got 41?
Okay, miss. I multiplied 12 by 3, and then I added the 5.
You added the 5.
Yes, miss, the 5 over 12, because she would have only used 5 stickers out of the last sheet.
Oh, I see
So
what you mean.
36 plus 5 is 41.
Could we just multiply the 3 and 5 12 by 12? So let's see if we would get the same 41. So we would have 36 and 5. So we'd get the same 41, right? So Madison's method was, she's saying, okay, it's 3 whole sets and each set has 12. So 3 whole sets times the 12, that would be 36. And then she adds the 5 stickers out of the 12. So just 5, and she got the 41. And my method was just to say, okay, so it's 3 and 5 12 sheets. So just multiply that by the number of stickers in each sheet.
Miss,
Number
I have a
20.
question.
Yes, Madison.
On the when we're getting the exams, like the math exams, and if they're multiple choice, will our teacher like give us a rough paper to work it out, or are we supposed to work it out on the test?
You can work it on the answer sheet,
Oh, okay.
on the question paper, or ask the invigilator for extra paper. You will get it.
Okay, miss. Thank you.
All right. So number 23, a child received cash totaling $5,000 for his birthday. He spent 80% of the cash and saved the rest. How much money did the child save? Number 23, a child received cash totaling $5,000 for his birthday. He spent 80% of the cash and saved the rest. How much money did the child save? How are we going to find that? How much money did the child save? Amari and John, saying the child saved $1,000. Amari and John are saying the child saved $4,000. Haley says 1,000. Madison says 1,000. Haley, explain to me how you got 1,000.
So 80% is like 10%. No. I did 100 minus 80, which is 3, and then I did was 5,000 divided by 20, and then 250. Then I realized that it can't work in that way. So what I did is 5,000 over 80 times 100 over.
I'm not hearing you though, Haley. Your voice is breaking up. I think there's still an issue with your mic. You want to try again to explain?
I said that I did 5,000 over 80 times 100 over 1.
5,000 over 80? What made you do that?
I cross multiplied because when you're finding percentages, you normally take the regular number and you cross multiply.
So when you put 5,000 over 80 times 100, does that give 1,000?
No.
But you're saying you
Miss,
got 1,000.
oh, that lesson was too much to be 80%.
Oh, all right. Madison, let me hear what you did.
Okay, Miss, I multiplied 80 over 100 times 5,000 over 1. So I cross-divided. So 100 into itself goes one time, and 100 into 5,000 goes 50 times. Then 80 times 50 gives you 4,000. And then 5,000 take away 4,000 gives you 1,000.
All right, so this 4,000 here is the 80%, right? Which is
Yes,
what he
Miss.
spent. So you want to know how much he saved. So you need to take the 4,000 from the 5,000. So Haley, the method that you were using, that's not the correct method. There is another method you could use though. So you could say, this is one way of doing it. Find 80% of the 5,000, which is what he spent, and then subtract that from the total money. So 1,000 is the answer. But we could say, since he spent 80%, then he saved 20%. Because 80 out of 100 leave 20. So if he spends 80%, he saves 20%. So we could just go straight and find 20% of the 5,000, and that would give us 1,000 immediately, right? So that's another way to work it. Number 24, the ratio of girls to boys in a school is 3 to 4. If there are 1,400 students in all, how many girls are there? Number 24, the ratio of girls to boys in a school is 3 to 4. If there are 1,400 students in all, how many girls are there? Who wants to take this one? Anybody? John and Amari are saying 600. Anyone on the screen wants to explain how they're approaching this question? Legion Day says 600. All right, any takers? So the ratio, so girls to boys, this is important. Girls to boys. So 3 goes with the girls, 4 goes with the boys in the order that is given. And there are 1,400 students. So the girls, so we add the ratio, 3 plus 4. And that gives 7. So 3 represents the girls. So for the girls, it will be 3 over 7 times the total. And 7 into 1,400 is 200. And 3 times 2 would give 600. So that is B, 600. Number 25, which row will start with the number 60 if the number pattern on the chart continues? Which row will start with the number 60 if the number pattern on the chart continues? So a section of a number chart is shown below. Each row has 3 numbers. Use the chart to answer item 25. So which row will start with the number 60? So what are they doing here? So we have 6, 8, 10, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. So they're going up by 6, right? So the 6th row is 36. So that's 6 times 6. So 6 times what would give 60? So that would be the 12th row. All right, number 26. All right, so jot down these figures now. I want you to work out this. Number 26. Janelle bought 4 t-shirts in a store. She paid $650 for each t-shirt. How much money did Janelle give the cashier if she received $400 in change after purchasing the t-shirts? Number 26. Janelle bought 4 t-shirts in a store. She paid $650 for each t-shirt. How much money did Janelle give the cashier if she received $400 change after
Miss
purchasing
D,
this?
3,000.
How you come by that?
Okay, Miss. So I multiplied 650 by 4, and I got 2,600. Then I added 400. So the original cost for the items were 2,600. So she gave them $400 more and got back her change.
All right. So the 4 times 650, you say is how much?
2,600.
And you're saying what is the answer?
3,000.
Oh, okay. So we add that to the change and we get the total. All right, that's correct. How comes I'm not hearing Jaden? Where's Jaden? Jaden gone?
Miss, all of them are off the screen.
So how they got kicked off? All right, let me bring back John. Something is happening. Kicking my scholars off. Legende, is your mic working?
Yes, miss.
Welcome, madam.
Thank you for adding me so much, miss. I was just about to type in chat say, add me, please, add me, miss.
And already you have brought life, so much life to the
I know,
class.
right?
As usual, Legende, so full of life.
I'm the life of the party.
I'm telling you, girl. So, all right. So, number 27. Which period of time is the longest? You want to take this one, Legende? As a newcomer,
Okay, Miss.
which period of time is the longest? Is it 1 year, 1 month,
No.
1 decade, or 1 century?
Hmm. It's definitely not 1 year, and it's definitely not 1 month. 1 century, Miss.
How many years make a century?
Um.
100 years, miss.
Okay, so 100 years make a century. How many years make a decade?
10 years, miss.
1,000 years, Miss.
A decade? No.
10 years, miss.
10 years. So this is, so you're right in knowledge on day, but you guessed it, right?
Yes,
So
Miss.
10 years in a decade, 100 years in a century, and this is 1 year, and this is not yet 1 year. So the century is the longest one.
Yes, Miss.
All right.
I even knew that the century was the longest one. So technically, I guess technically I didn't guess.
Yeah. Maybe you were born knowing it and you didn't realize you knew it.
Yes, Miss.
All right. Shall say on number 28?
Okay, miss. Number 28. Which one of these units is most appropriate to measure the area of a plot of land? Number 28. Which of these units is most appropriate to measure the area of a plot of land? A. Square meter. B. Meter. C. Kilometer. Or D. Cubic meter. Once again, is it A. Square meter. B. Meter. C. Kilometer. Or D. Cubic meter?
Which one you say, Shall say? Area. So remember, area was the unit for area.
Square meter, miss.
Yeah, square meter, but area is in square units. Cubic units would be volume, right? And the meter and the kilometer is just distance or length. Madison, can you see 29?
Yes, Miss.
Read it for me, please.
29. Where should the center of the protractor be placed to measure the size of the angle labeled X? 29. Where should the center of the protractor be placed to measure the size of the angle labeled X? Miss, I say B, 2.
All right, that's correct. So right here, we would put the T of the protractor right there to measure the angle. John, can you see number 30?
Yes, miss.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, miss. Number 30. Which prefix is used to express 100? Number 30. Which prefix is used to express 100? Miss, I would say a centimeter. Miss centi. Sorry.
Centi, that is correct. So centi means 100th. And deci means what?
Miss, would decimal mean 1,000, miss?
No, 1/10.
Oh, wait.
1/10, and kilo is 1,000, and milli is 1,000.
What?
1,000th.
I thought it was a million.
All right, so the diagram below, not drawn to scale, shows a storage, number 31, a storage container. Cubes are stacked in the container to fill it. The edge of each cube measures 1 unit. Use this information to answer items 31 to 33. The diagram below, not drawn to scale, shows a storage container. Cubes are stacked in the container to fill it. The edge of each cube measures 1 unit. Use this information to answer items 31 to 33. Number 31, what is the length P of the container? Amari, you want to tell me that one? What is the length of the container?
Miss, the length of the container is, miss,
Good afternoon. Mhm. I'm here, but I'm in a live class. When you're coming, yeah, you can come.
Excuse me, man. Oh, she's gone.
She's on a
Sorry
call.
about
Miss,
that.
I think I know the answer.
All right, what do you say, Legende?
Miss, the
Miss
answer.
D15.
Miss,
How you got 15? Hold on, Legende. Amari, what did you say for that one?
Miss, I said the 15 units, Miss.
Oh, you said 15 as well?
Yes,
All
Miss.
right, Legende, why you said 15?
Okay, miss, let me do the calculations of what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not do the calculation, tell you what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So, miss, I did 180 minus 11, which I got
Hold
160.
on. Where 180 come from?
Miss, I'm doing what I do, okay?
No, but no. So you just grab it from what you just see it floating by and you grab it and say, "Come here."
Yes.
But Lord, where you get 180 from, Legende?
Miss, just please
Hold
listen
on.
to what I said.
All right, go ahead.
So 180 minus 11, which I got 169.
Where 11 come from?
8 plus 3, miss.
So why you adding the 8 and the 3?
Miss, I do what I know, okay?
Miss, Miss,
Hold
can
on,
I
look.
see this,
Wait, let me
please?
hear. Let me hear what Amari. How Amari got 15? Amari.
Miss, Miss, I said on the box.
Uh-huh.
Miss, I said 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Miss.
Mm-hmm.
And then Miss, I said 3 times 5, which is 15, Miss.
Why you multiply the 5 times 3?
Miss, Miss, Miss the cubes. Miss, we call it cubes.
It's a cube, but they just want the length. John, let me hear what you saying.
Miss, the length of
You
P.
know them two little pitney I go make go crazy right now.
But
Miss,
no,
Them
miss, just still listen to what I did.
well let me hear what John has said. Go on, John.
okay, Miss. So, Miss, Miss, in the box, Miss,
Uh-huh.
since they're 15, when you multiply the cubes, well, the 3 times the 5, which is 15, Miss.
Uh-huh.
And Miss, since there are 6 sides, Miss.
You know, I think you guys are complicating this. It's asking you a very simple question, and I think you're making it complicated. Does anybody else have a different answer? Madison, what you say?
Miss, I don't know because I don't understand.
Okay, so it's asking you for the length, P, right here. And it's telling you that each cube is 1 unit. The edge of each cube is 1, so that's 1 unit, 2 units, 3, 4. So
Oh,
this is
Miss, it's
5.
5.
Miss, I
It's
got the
5.
answer. It's 5 units.
It's 5. You guys making it complicated and it's not.
Miss, I'm just realizing that it's 5.
All right. So
It's because each cube measures 1 unit.
32 says, how many more layers? We're going to go back so you can see the picture. How many more layers of cubes are needed to fill the storage container? Number 32,
Miss, 7.
how many more layers of cubes are needed to fill the storage container? All right, so let's
Miss,
go back.
can you go back? Okay.
Miss, 7.
Why is it 7?
Because they already have 1 and 8 units goes up.
Okay, right. Very good. So it's 8 units we're gonna need to fill it, but one layer is there already. So 7 more are needed. And the next question, still related to that, what is the total number of cubes needed to fill half the container? What is the total number of cubes needed to fill half the container?
Miss, can you go back? Okay, thank you.
What's the
Miss
total number of
3.
cubes? 3 cubes.
Miss
Sorry, Miss
12.
4. 4.
Miss
4.
12.
4 cubes to fill half of the container.
Miss 12
Yes,
cubes.
Miss.
Look down the
Oh,
bottom here. Look
cubes,
here. This
not
is one
layers.
layer. This is one layer, right? And we have 1, 2, 3 times 5. 15 cubes in the
Miss
one layer down the bottom.
4.
Halfway would be what? Four cubes up, right?
Oh, Miss, we need
4
60
layers.
cubes.
So it would be 15 times the 4, which is
60.
60. Correct. See that? So one layer
Yes.
on the bottom is 15 cubes, and we need, and it's 8 all the way up. So half of that will be 4. So it's 4 times the 15. All right, we have 7 questions to go and 9 minutes to go. So let's see. Number 34. The temperature in Kingston is 31 degrees Celsius. If the temperature in Monique is 9 degrees cooler, what is the temperature in Monique? Number 34. The temperature in Kingston is 31 degrees Celsius. If the temperature in Monique is 9 degrees cooler, what is the temperature in Monique? What
Miss
you guys say?
22 degrees.
How you got 22?
You minus 9 from 31 because it's cooler.
That's correct. So 31 degrees minus 9, because if it's cooler, is less, right? The lower the degree, the cooler it is.
Miss, I
So
was just about to say 20.
so that is, how much is it? 22?
22.
All right, 22 degrees Celsius. All right, Legend, they take this one.
35. How many kilograms are equivalent to 1,300 grams? 35. How many kilograms are equivalent to 1,300 grams?
See, 13.
How you get that?
Miss, because 1 gram is. Oh, never mind.
How many grams make a kilogram?
1,000
1,000.
grams, miss.
So
Okay,
it
so
would be
1,000 grams.
0.13.
Right, so it's 1,000 grams make 1 kilogram. So we're changing
Multiply
1,300 grams. So we're going to divide by 1,000. 1, 2, 3 places.
Miss 1.3.
Correct. 1.3 kilograms. That's B. Shalicia, number 36.
Okay, miss. Number 36. What time is shown on the clock? What time is shown on the clock?
Below.
Miss, can I
What time is shown on the clock below?
Miss, can I answer?
Go ahead, Lejean, the answer.
Miss, the time it's B, 5:55.
Is it 5:55? You sure?
Hmm.
Do you agree?
4:55, miss.
It's 4:55, Lejean.
Ah,
It don't reach the 5 yet.
Miss,
It's
that
5 minutes up to 5, going up to 5. See?
But Miss, it looks so. It looks like it's on the 5.
Yeah,
This
because it's just 5
checker.
minutes leave to get to the 5. If it was 5:55, it would be 5 minutes to 6, and this hand would be closer to the 6.
Foolishness. Absolute fool.
No, Legende, don't say that. It's not foolishness. You have to be humble and take correction. If it was 5:55, it would be 5 minutes to 6, and the hour hand would be closer to the 6, not to the 5. This is 4:55. So when you are corrected, Legende, you have to take correction. All right, number 37. Can you read it, Amari?
Okay, miss. Number 37. The diagram below shows a circle, not drawn to scale, with center O. Which statement is true about the circle? Number 37. The diagram below shows a circle, not drawn to scale, with center O. Which statement is true about the circle?
All right, so which of those statements is true? So we know that, what would we call the line from L to N? This line, what we call that?
Mr. Acute and Mr.
What
Line.
do we call the line?
Miss from L to M
To N.
to N. Miss a straight line, miss.
What do we call the line on the circle from L to N?
Miss a straight line. Miss vertical. No, miss slant.
What's the circle into two halves?
Yes, miss.
What's the name of this line?
Miss
From
a
L. It's the diameter.
Excuse me, miss. Can I answer?
It's the diameter, guys. Come on.
Miss
Listen, there,
D.
what's the answer for number 37?
Miss
Which of
D.
these statements is true? Which letter?
Miss D.
So you're saying LON is twice the length of OM? All right, that is correct, because the diameter, so LON is the diameter, it's 2 times the radius, which is OM. So D is correct. John, can you see this one?
Yes, miss, I can.
Go ahead and read it for me, please.
Okay, miss. The diagram below shows the outline of a stair made of the section of a tiled floor. Each square represents 1 centimeter squared. Use this information to answer item 38.
It's
Number
a
38.
stain, not stair. Stain.
Miss, because the R, miss.
Mhm.
Miss, it looks like R. Yeah. The diagram below shows the outline of a stain made of a section of a tile floor. Each square represents 1 centimeter squared. Use this information to answer item 38. Number 38. Which best approximate the area of the floor covered by the stain? Number 38. Which best approximates the area of the floor covered by the stain?
All right.
Miss 12 centimeters square.
How much you say?
12 centimeters square.
All right. How you get the 12?
Miss, I don't know how to explain it. It kind of covers up 2, and then it covers up the 5 going across. So I multiplied 2 plus 2 times 5, and then it was closest to 12.
All right. So basically, we are counting the full squares. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And these 2, we can call them full squares if we add them to some of the tiny ones there. So we're estimating, right? So this part would be 10. And then we can put those together. So as Madison said, the closest one to our estimate would be the 12. Because we're actually just counting the squares as 1 unit of area, right? All right, number 39. Lejonde, please read number 39.
Number 39. A family travels a distance of 200 kilometers by car at an average speed of 50 kilometers per hour. What time did they start their journey? What time did they start their journey if they arrived at their destination at 6 p.m.?
Again.
Number. Miss, I'm coming. This. Miss, can you tell me which number that is, please?
Number 39.
Oh, thank you, Miss. On my screen, it's just the thing that says you're in the show. It's covering the number. That's why.
Okay.
Number 39. A family travels a distance of 200 kilometers by car at an average speed of 50 kilometers per hour. What time did they start their journey if they arrived at their destination at 6 p.m.?
All right. How are we going to approach this?
Miss,
Go ahead.
I say 2 o'clock p.m. It goes 50 kilometers per hour and they travel 200 kilometers. And 200 divided by 50 is 4. So that would have been 4 hours. And 4
Okay, so
plus
4
4 is
hours.
6.
So it took them 4 hours and they got there at 6. So it will be 6 p.m. minus 4 hours, which is 2 p.m. Last question. Amari, can you read that, please, if you can see it?
Miss,
Not
no,
seeing it?
Miss, I'm only seeing. I'm not seeing.
A fish tank.
Yeah, that's where I'm seeing to Miss.
Okay, the model of
Okay, Miss. The model of a fish tank is shown below. It has a length of 60 centimeters, a width of
go
20.
ahead, go ahead.
Miss, can you please repeat?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Amari.
Oh, okay, Miss. A width of 20 centimeters and a height of 40 centimeters. Use it to answer item 40. The water
Number 40.
number 40. The water level in the fish tank is not allowed to fall below a height of 30 centimeters. What is the least amount of water in the fish tank at any time? The, the water level in the fish tank is not allowed to fall below a height of 30 centimeters. What is the least amount of water in the fish tank at any time?
All right, so how are we going to approach this? So the length is 60 centimeters, width 20, height 40. The water level is not allowed to fall below a height of 30 centimeters. So what's the least amount of water in the fish tank at any time? Anyone? Any ideas?
Miss 36
Hmm?
centimeters.
Look at the options that are there.
Miss,
36.
is it D? Is it D? 48,000 centimeters cube.
How you come by that?
Miss, how come by that? Miss, I multiplied the 60 times the 20 times the 40, Miss, so I found the volume.
You know what that would give you though, John? That would give you the volume of water if it was filled up to the brim.
Oh,
Miss 36,000.
How you got
divide that
that,
by 30,
Legendary?
Miss. Divide that by 30.
The question says, what is the least amount that's in there at any time? And they don't allow it to fall below a height of 30 centimeters. So that's the least amount. The least amount it's allowed to go is 30 centimeters. Leishande, how did you get 36,000?
Miss. So I took 40. Okay.
Did you grab the number again floating by?
Yes, miss.
That's not how we do it, Legendary. We have to have a reason, a solid reason. Anybody else have any ideas?
Madison.
Remember, it's saying the least it is allowed is at 30. So the
Me,
least
miss,
amount
I
you
know how
have,
she did it.
Madison,
Sorry for shouting, miss.
go
Anyway.
ahead.
She multiplied 30 by 20 by 60.
So 60 is the length, 20 is the width. But we're not using 40 for the height. We have to use 30, right? Because they're asking for the least amount, which is the 30. So that
Stop
is
it.
correct. 60
Oh.
times 20 times 30. All right, so that's it. That's the wrap.
You're nasty, bro.
No, I want 5 more. I want a refund.
You can always join us for the CSEC class that we're gonna have after this one, Legendary.
Okay, miss.
Miss, I'm tired.
You're tired?
Yes, miss.
Well, you've been on all the lives all week, right?
Yes, miss. Miss, I never miss a live unless I have to.
Exactly. So I'll forgive you if you are tired. But you can rest up on the weekend and be nice and fresh for Monday when we're doing the performance task again, and we hit it again
Yes,
straight
miss.
away. Right. So thank you, scholars. Thank you, scholars, for joining us, and for those who are backstage who came a bit late and weren't able to come on, just try again next time, and we'll do some rotation and see if we can allow as many scholars to participate. Those in the chat who are posting your questions and your comments and so on, thank you also for joining us. So we're at the end of our live PEP class, and I'll see you on Monday, right, scholars? So take care, enjoy your weekend.
Okay, miss. Love you. See you on the next
Bye.
live.
Love you. Bye. So here's the schedule of our live classes. We have 5 live PEP classes per week, 6 live CSEC classes per week. Here you go. Hello, CSEC math students. I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello, scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.